This is Joe Guy, the average Joe, and this is Black Conspiracy Theories, a show where we go over superhero movies, TV shows, and comic books in general. This episode, we're going to be going over Gotham with its new title of Mad City, which is a little bit better than Rise of the Villains, which was last season. I'm guessing every season they're going to keep changing the subtitles, I guess, to get people a little bit more interested in it every time. This season, I don't like Mad City. I think it would have been better if they would have went with City of Monsters because that's exactly what they're dealing with. As you can see in episode 1 and 2, they kind of had a character that kind of resembled Man Bat. Um, but we'll see about that. Uh, let's recap what happened in the end of last season, where Strange's experiments were released via Fish Mooney, and now she has a army of monsters behind her to take over the city, something that she's been trying to do since season 1. Gordon is still not a cop. I guess he doesn't want to be a cop right now because being a cop would mean that he has to obey certain rules, and he doesn't want to go back to obeying rules anymore, at least for now. Um, so he's taken up the title of bounty hunter. So he basically does what he was doing before, except that he doesn't have restraints anymore. Back to visit Lee Thompson, try to rekindle that relationship that he had with her, but he saw that she was happy where she was at, so he left her thinking that that was a better choice for her. I think that was a good choice on his part, but I think there's something deeper that he doesn't know about. Um, let's go ahead and review episodes 1 and 2. Certain things that came up was a new character, Valerie Vale. I'm guessing that she has to be some kind of cousin or aunt or grandmother or mother to Vicky Vale, which is a prominent character in most comic books and animated TV shows of Batman and the Arkham games. Um, she's also having a relationship with James Gordon, which was tapped into at the end of episode 1. Also, with a nice little twist of having Lee Thompson show up back in Gotham City um, via train. So let's see how that love triangle is going to go between Gordon, Valerie, and Lee. Uh, Another thing that happened was Bruce Wayne called a board meeting at Wayne Enterprises to try to smoke out the people behind Indian Hill. Um, Within that meeting, he basically said, I have all the information I need on Indian Hill and I will release it to the media unless somebody comes and explains it to me within 24 hours. That was not taken lightly, as later on in that same episode he was kidnapped by a masked figure with knives. I'm calling this now. I'm pretty sure that was a Talon. They didn't say exactly who it was or what he was, but I'm pretty sure if they're going with quarter vowels, that was a Talon that came for him and pretty much mopped the floor with Alfred. I thought that was pretty funny. Another thing that happened was I another thing that happened was that Penguin went to the media as they were doing a press conference in Gotham PD, and went on camera saying that Fish Mooney is back. Fish Mooney is the leader of these monsters that have come to Gotham, and he has told the police several times and they have ignored him. So he wants the city to back him up so he can actually go after him himself. This is another ploy that Penguin has tried to do in season 2. Um, Ended up successfully killing Fish Mooney, and I'm guessing it's going to go to that arc again of trying to kill her again, as he did with, Theo Gallivant killing him the first time and then blowing him up the second time. Um, he actually went to talk to Riddler at Arkham to get a little advice from him, try to figure out what his next step should be, which Riddler gave him a nice little nod or, advice saying penguins eat fish, which is true, and in this saying, it's quite fitting. Um, we also got a little snippet of Barbara and Tabitha being back together, starting their own club, but in a territory that of a gangster that wants, protection money to keep said businesses open. Um, so with that, Penguin steps in, throws a little weight around, saying that they're under my protection, leave them alone. To which, Butch does not reply, and actually ends up sending those same goons again to try to force them to get payment from them. Which Barbara ends up, Barbara and Tabitha, I can't say it was just one, end up killing and interrogating the last one and asking him who sent him, which he replied that Butch was the one that sent him, which Tabitha kind of gave a little smirk saying, so he's willing to go to this length to get me back. That's kind of sweet. I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Is she going to go back with Butch and betray Barbara? Or is there going to be kind of a love triangle between those three as well? Um, Another thing that went down is after Bruce was kidnapped by the Talons, which I was speaking about earlier. He has a sit down with the master, the guild master, I guess. I don't exactly know what they call the hierarchy of the Court of Owls, but I need to look that up. And he speaks to her saying everything he was saying was a bluff. He didn't have anything on Indian Hill whatsoever. He just wanted to talk to her to figure out why his parents were killed, which she says it's beyond his understanding and he should stop looking into it before certain things happen, which he was reluctant to say okay, which a lot of people are like, okay, he's just going to give up on it like that. A couple of my friends were asking me that as well. It's like, he's just going to give up? And I had to think, no, that's not who Bruce Wayne is. He's said that he's going to give up several times within the show, and he's never given up. He's only told said person that he's giving up only to do more behind that person's back to go ahead and further his investigation. So I'm guessing this is just another ploy to do that. We also had at the end of the episode Bruce's doppelganger, which has been following around Selena Kyle since episode 1. What is his tie to Selena Kyle? I don't know. Is he somehow has some of Bruce Wayne's latent memories? Possibly. He looks like he should be a clone. This leaves a lot of questions up in the air. There is a couple of instances that he could be a different way, different theories that I have that he could be. One is Thomas Elliot, which later on becomes Hush. There's something that they could do with that, but I think this would be a bad way to go about it. Another thing would be Lincoln March or Thomas Wayne Jr., which goes with the Court of Owls story arc. But like I said again, this would be a bad way of going about it because those are really good characters, and to muddle it up that much would kind of destroy that. But let's see where it goes from there. Another thing that happened in the episode that I thought was pretty significant was Poison Ivy wanting to be more involved in what Selena is doing. Um, in past seasons, season one, season two, she was pretty much non-existent and had nothing to do with said plot or said story at all, and no character development was had by her. Um, but this season seems to be a kind of changed that. They want to make her into the villain that Batman is supposed to face. So she ends up following Selena to Fish Mooney, to where Fish Mooney is interrogating Hugo Strange's assistant, and ends up killing her because she didn't know anything. After she kills her, Poison Ivy comes out of the shadows saying, "This is what you've been doing. I don't understand. I'm going to tell," type thing, and tries to run away, and gets caught by one of Fish Mooney's goons that has aging powers, I guess, to where he can age people to death. I guess that's how it works. Um, and he ends up touching her, but is interrupted, and she falls into a sewer opening and comes out the other side, I guess 10 years older. Um, I'm guessing they're trying to get her to that point of where she needs to be a relevant villain. Um, I'm wondering where they're going to go with this. I'm wondering if her falling into that sewer gave her any plant type powers or any allure type powers. Um, I pretty much doubt it at this point, but I'm wondering when they're going to exhibit those powers for her. I'm also wondering what Selena's going to do now, since Fish Mooney allowed that to happen. Is she going to stay working with Fish Mooney, or is she going to work against her and help Gotham PD find out where she is? Um, and that's basically all I got for this episode. I'll meet up with you next week. This week, uh, new season start for, Flash, Arrow. I think Supernatural starts this week as well. That's another show that I like. I might cover. It depends on how you guys take that. Leave some comments below. Subscribe if you can. I would appreciate it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.